What is up, everyone? It's the Munch, and welcome back to another Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon video, and welcome back at last to the channel because it's been a while since the last update. As you may have noticed in the intro there, it seems a lot of you guys missed the videos, and I'm really excited actually to be back. I missed you guys as well, so thank you as always for the support. It's been a little bit, and I am going to make a update pretty soon, like actually a vlog, explaining more of the situation the past few weeks. But we're finally here, and we've actually got a new trailer, which looks insane. It literally brought me back to life because we're traveling beyond Alola, and it looks like to the world of the Ultra Beast. Pretty much the main thing I've been asking for since I heard the names Ultra Sun and Moon. I knew it had to do something more with the Ultra Beast, and we are actually traveling to the world of them in these games. And we've got a whole bunch of other new stuff in this trailer as well. I feel like they've slowly been building up the hype for this because first we just saw an alternate look to Alola, then we had Dust Lycanroc, and it was like, okay, these games don't look too different. And then finally we saw they were adding some more new Ultra Beasts, which still didn't feel like anything was too different about Alola. But finally, this is the trailer that shows us a lot more in depth what's going on in these games and what has changed. And it feels like quite a lot has changed actually, so let's dive into it. Starting off with an adventure through the Ultra Wormhole, we've actually got a brand new minigame it looks like here where you get to control Nebby. I actually don't want to assume it's Nebby, but I guess Solgaleo or Lunala in their ultra light form, and you literally travel through some kind of Doctor Who spacey timey-wimey wormhole type of thing, and you can actually see the rifts or the openings in space, and those lead to the other Ultra Beast dimensions. As we see right at the ending, Lunala sweeps in there, and we see the exact same portal here leading us back to where we actually fought Lusamine in Sun and Moon. Of course, we saw she had kind of a freaky obsession with the jellyfish Ultra Beast, and I kind of assumed that the entire Ultra Beast world looked like this, full of darkness, but now we see that this might just be the world of the Nihiligos, as if we keep going in the trailer, we see that we also get to venture into the world of the Xurkitries. There's even a crazy little Xurkitree running around in the background. It just looks so silly when it's running. We actually saw way back in the day when the running animations came out. I feel like people memed the heck out of that one because it just looks so silly when he's running, but there's actually a whole bunch of Xurkitries, if you notice in the background. They're all shooting off light actually, and we see a lightning bolt almost kills the player here, so I don't know if it's those Xurkitries in the background firing them off, but this Xurkitree world looks really crazy. And it's not the only new Ultra Beast world we'll get to visit, because here we have the land of the bugs, or at least Buzzwole, and I'm assuming Pheromosa as well. The only thing I notice about these Ultra Beast world is they all look really linear, even though it's like cool that we're gonna get to visit new areas in these games. I feel like they just look like literally straight paths, and it might just lead to maybe a specific Ultra Beast. Makes me think that in these games, the Ultra Beasts themselves will be more unique, and it won't be a hunt thrown in at the very end like in Sun and Moon, where we had to just go and catch like 4 Celesteelas at random in the desert. It looks like in the Ultra Beast world, there are a lot of Ultra Beasts, of course, but we're going after a specific one. As we see Buzzwole with this volcano, I don't know if he came out of there, because bug types are usually kind of scared of fire, but it's there, and this world looks really cool. I guess with just what we have in the trailers, it looks pretty straightforward. Walk up and try to catch a certain Ultra Beast. And here we have the announcement of what seems to be another Ultra world, the Ultra Megalopolis. This place is also insane. I keep using crazy and insane, but that's really the only way I can describe everything that we're seeing here, because we're talking about literal other dimensions, kind of like Rick and Morty territory here, but in Pokemon. And to me, that's super exciting because we're gonna get to actually see not only where the Ultra Beasts come from, but perhaps Necrozma here, because this is a world where Necrozma has stolen the light, yet we see this giant tower of light actually up above, and have no idea what it is for now, but definitely let me know your speculations down below, because I cannot fathom what the heck this place is. It looks really cool though. I really like the artwork here specifically, and I haven't been able to find a high quality version because this would make a sick phone wallpaper. But yeah, you see Decidueye there with the character, as well as some new mysterious team members, which we're gonna talk about right now. The Ultra Recon Squad is here, and they could not have chosen a funnier name, like Ultra Recon Squad. I don't know if they're trying to not be taken serious, but it's not very serious. They sure look like they're serious business though, with their space outfits and blue skin, and oh my gosh, is that Nebby? Hold up. So these two here are Dulce and Zazie, and as you can see down there, it says Pokemon Ultra Sun exclusive. So it looks like these characters might actually be different depending on what version of the game you're playing, which is pretty crazy to say the least. But I'm more worried about the little Cosmog that's on the ground here, because I don't know if it actually came from maybe Zazie here, or if our player character will be the one to take care of Nebby in this journey. I feel like it definitely is Nebby though, because even though this is an alternate reality, like Ultra Sun and Moon aren't really sequels, they're basically a parallel version. So the Alola from Sun and Moon still very much exists. This story is the same thing, just going on at the same exact time, but with slight differences, and I guess one of those differences is this whole entire Ultra Recon squad. Dulce here says there's only one thing we're here to confirm, however, we don't get to find out what that one thing is. Are they here to take Nebby away, or were they already in possession of Nebby and it ran away to our character or something? I'm not really sure, we don't have enough info in this trailer, but we do get to see the Recon Squad in action actually battling us here. And these, I guess, are going to be the two in Pokemon Ultra Sun, because in Ultra Moon, we've got two completely different characters, complete with weird hand gesture things. This mustachioed marvel is Fico, kind of sounds psycho, and he kind of looks like it too. And they both have crazy blue hair, and blue skin if you didn't notice. I don't think that's part of their spacesuit. I think their skin is legitimately blue because they're people from the Ultra Megalopolis, which I guess it's finally time to dive into the theory territory here, but I believe these are actually the residents of the Megalopolis, a world which light has been taken by Necrozma. So the Ultra Megalopolis is just another alternate reality where the world has literally been plunged into darkness, and these poor people are just trying to find a way to fix it. So they've had to develop these suits to travel to other worlds and figure this stuff out. And maybe the reason why their skin is even blue is because they literally don't get light. So I don't know, maybe they're so pale that they turn blue. That doesn't actually make much sense, but it could also be very cold in that world since there is no light. You know, it tends to get a little bit colder down there. You can definitely see there was, or actually still is, a civilization here with all the crazy technological skyscrapers up there, and even that big light beam actually might be their only source of light since Necrozma has taken away all the natural light of the world. And I'm pretty sure some scientists from this world have figured out a way to travel to another world which actually has light, and that is the Ultra Recon Squad. They're the first, basically the pioneers, to go into an alternate reality and try to figure out why it is that there's still light there, and maybe even perhaps steal it, because as we know, Nebby actually turns into Solgaleo and Lunala, which is basically the light of the Alola region. So basic theory is the Ultra Recon Squad lost the light in their world, so they've found a way to come to Alola to try to steal Nebby slash Solgaleo and Lunala, because as you can see, especially when they're flying around through the Ultra Wormhole, they're basically a giant light bulb or beacon of light. So then again, it looks like they've learned to live with it. They've adapted and maybe even evolved to become accustomed to living in the dark. At the end of the day, it's just my theory, a game theory if you will. Anyway, let's move on with the trailer, because we've actually got the reveal of another brand new Ultra Beast that is very closely related to this Ultra Recon Squad, and that is UB Adhesive. Of course, this is just its code name for Ultra Beast. It's called UB Sticky in Japanese, and I think that's such a funnier name than UB Adhesive. Like, why didn't they just call it UB Sticky? Because this thing is so cute. The name Sticky actually fits it. It's cute, but very deadly. As you can see, it is a poison type with Beast Boost, just like every other Ultra Beast. But this thing's big, cute head is actually super deadly. It's full of poison, and the little needles on its head can actually inject into the opponent poison. That is pretty crazy. It may look cute, but this thing will mess you up. We can actually see it in action here being controlled by the members of the Ultra Recon Squad, or at least two of them. So it looks like the other member, the guy with the mustache and then the orange-haired girl, might have a different Ultra Beast in their arsenal. But at least Dulce and Miss Blue Curves here will actually use UB Sticky on their team. I'm gonna call it that forever because it's such an awesome name. Like, it should have just been called UB Sticky. Is it just me, or does that name not fit more? Let's move on though, because we've actually got more info on the previously revealed Ultra Beast, UB Burst, which is fire and ghost type. Like, I am literally mind blown, just like the name of its move here, because this thing is a fire and ghost type. But it makes a lot more sense when you check out the Pokemon site and see that it's actually the Fireworks Pokemon, and its head is made up of several sparks which it can throw and blow up at the cost of its own head, because you literally lose HP after using it. It's not as bad as Self-Destruct though, where you literally knock out your own Pokemon, but it does do a lot of recoil damage, it looks like, but it's probably a really high power move. It is confirmed a fire type special move on the Pokemon site, I feel like that made sense because it's an explosion and it's super effective on Metagross there. The user sacrifices half of its maximum HP to deal damage. It seems par for the course for UB Burst, which attacks others by blowing up its own head. They really like to emphasize the fact that it blows up its own head, huh? I mean, it is pretty crazy for a Pokemon, I guess, to literally remove and then throw and explode its head. So, still, I'm mind blown by this. I'm gonna stop saying it now, though. This guy's a little bit more predictable, though. Ended up being Rock and Steel, and we still don't get to see what its attack exactly is. I feel like this is a new exclusive move for it. It raises up this big steel plank, maybe on the first turn, and if you hit it, you know, it hits you back or something, because it's kind of what it seems to be showing in the video here, though I could be overlooking into it. While UB Assembly may appear to be made up of stones stacked atop of one another, apparently each stone is in fact a separate life form, and this UB is made up of an assemblage of these life forms. That is really crazy, and you can actually see it when it's in its animation moving around all its blocks around like one of those slide puzzles. I guess you can actually see that each of those blocks is its own organism, and they all come together, and that's why it's called Assembly. I've been mind blown yet again. Oh my gosh. Let me know what you guys think of these Ultra Beasts now that they've been officially revealed with their typings. Are you as surprised as I am, or I guess mind blown by UB Burst typing? Because Fire Ghost, that was pretty crazy to me. That is actually the end of the trailer though, but we're going to take a step back and overanalyze every single frame of this trailer because we can. We're not actually doing that, but I do want to theorize a little bit more about the story in these games because we haven't really seen much of the main characters yet, at least Lily, Hau, your boy Guzma, where is he at? They're definitely going to be in the games, but we just don't know too much about how they're going to play into the story because, as I explained, we know that this is kind of an alternate story to Sun and Moon, so it'll be the same characters. They'll probably act similarly, but they might be doing different things within the story. So maybe the Ultra Recon Squad are actually good guys, and they're coming to the Alola region to warn us about the threat of Necrozma because it's already taken the light in their world. So they're like, yo, don't let this happen to you guys as well. Who exactly are the Ultra Recon Squad? Because they have a really cool sounding name, but they don't exactly sound evil to me. Not evil in the way that Team Skull or the Ether Foundation kind of seemed, because even the Ether Foundation, before the games came out, you know, they were being portrayed as good guys, but I think everyone had it in their mind that they'd somehow end up being evil, especially Lusamine, that crazy jellyfish loving lady. But by far the craziest thing in this trailer, in my opinion, is still the Megalopolis, because it's actually another human world. Like, I don't know if they have Pokemon or Ultra Beasts here, but there's actually people that live here. You can see in the artwork at least the giant buildings and the Ultra Recon Squad people standing here in front of the character. This is probably the first time we get to explore actually this world, so I don't know if there's going to be trainers here or Pokemon to catch. It's probably not going to be that crazy. Maybe it'll be like the Ether Paradise in these games, but the Ether Paradise is actually also still in it. So if anything, we're just getting a whole bunch of new areas, and that is awesome because, as I mentioned literally in the last trailer analysis, I really wanted them to show us more of the Ultra Space, the Ultra Beast world, and they've gone above and beyond my expectations with this because we have confirmed at least 3 new Ultra Beast worlds that we get to explore here, if you count the Megalopolis actually, and I guess you do count it because you get to play in it at least, and it looks really cool. It actually reminds me a lot of The World That Never Was from Kingdom Hearts, but the opposite, because instead of everything being white, it's just darkness everywhere. And actually, now that I think about it, surfing through the wormhole is kind of like the gummy ship too, so Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out soon. And by soon, I mean never. Alright, I'm going to turn off my theorizing brain right now, and that is going to be the end of this video. So as I mentioned, I will have an update for you guys, and actually more of a vlog, kind of explaining the situation the past few weeks, even though there's not really too much to explain, but I know a lot of people have been wondering where I've been and what I've been up to, so I've got a couple of vlog clips and other stuff to show you guys, so look forward to that, as well as some new playthroughs starting up soon. I'm trying to get my own personal life, I guess, a little more together before I go in on the next playthrough so that it can actually be consistent, because I know you guys would want to see it every day, or at least more consistent than once a week as I've been uploading lately. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to hit that like button and let me know your theories down below. Ultra Sun and Moon is looking crazy. I love this new trailer. It literally flipped the game 180, I feel like, for the general vibe going into it. If you weren't that hyped before, now the hype is real, and if you were already hyped, it should go times 1,000 now, because we are actually going to the Ultra Beast world, and I am so excited for that, as well as these new Ultra Beast adhesive here looks really cool, and I can't wait to see what other ones might be in store for us in Ultra Sun and Moon. So thank you all so much for watching once again, and I will see you all hopefully in less than a month.